So me, Bushcraft Dimitri, Woodsman Willie over there, just finished having supper. And this is just like ramen noodles with corn, farmer sausage, beans, and some lamb chops. We've already eaten this. It looked a lot better when it was warm. Now the grease has kind of made it congeal it to a blob. But yeah, this is what we had for supper. We cooked it on this pan, this pot, and there's the fire we cooked it on. So yesterday I started making a small little shack shelter, and I kind of built it in a hurry, but now the three of us, Dimitri and Willie, are going to make a better shelter than this, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to cut this tree down, and you can tell by the way it's standing that when I start to cut, it'll want to fall this way. So if I would cut from here, which I have more room, either it would fall, it would pinch my blade and make my life harder. So even though I have less room and I have more to cut, I'm going to cut this way and let it fall that way. To cut down trees, thicker trees with an axe than is this stupid saw. This was in my garage. I don't know how old it is. Yeah. So Dimitri, what we're going to do is this Y here is where our ridge pole will be. You're a survivalist, you know what a ridge pole is, right? Okay. And this is the spike that we're going to hammer into the ground. So what I want you to do is take this saw and buck off all this stuff for now, so you have a nice side pull there. Okay, so I want to cut this branch off with an axe, and I want to take the opportunity to do axe safety. Never in a million years am I going to have my foot here to swing at this, because if I miss and hit my foot, it's going to be a bad day. So I want my foot on the outside of the cut, kind of like that. Now my foot's completely out of the way. So make sure you're aware of where your limbs are when you're swinging an axe. Now I'm gonna make a stake out of this so I can drive into the ground. tool in your kit. Should serve about 2 to 3 purposes. Not only is this an axe, but this head on the back of it makes it a hammer, so I can use it to drive my pole into the ground. Hold on. Maybe I'll do it cleaner. Yesterday I charred some punkwood in this Altoids tin, and this is supposed to be a really good tinder. It's supposed to catch the spark really good. This is my first time doing this, so I want to see how well it works. And I have my ferrocerium rod here, and I'm just going to be using the file into my knife. So using the char cloth and the ashes I had left over from the fire, I just added a bit of dry grass and I got my fire going again. Dave Canterbury talks about this a lot, is next fire mentality. What I did yesterday when I had a fire going here, I found some punkwood and I put it into an Altoids tin and I put that in my fire to let it char, and today I used that char as tinder for my fire today. Everything in survival is multi-purpose. Everything should have more than one function. So yes, your fire can warm you up, it can cook your food, it can disinfect your water, but it can also set you up for your next fire. If you have a fire going and you have wet tinder and wet material around it, you can put it around your fire and let the heat from your fire dry it out. Then you keep that tinder dry. You can use it for your next fire tomorrow. Just because you have a fire today doesn't mean you'll have a fire tomorrow. So you want to make it as easy today to make your fire tomorrow. I want to show you a trick to find out if your kindling is actually dry. See how easily this just snaps off like a toothpick? That means it's dry. If you have to fight with it to get it to bend or to get it to break, then it's probably still green. But this stuff is completely dry. This will burn fantastic. And when you're first starting your fire, you want to utilize as much dry stuff as you can. And then once your fire is a little bit bigger and it's got a good fuel base, then you can add a little wetter stuff to it and it'll dry up by itself. But when you're starting out, you want dry stuff. So here I have a rotten out log, and this stuff, this is punkwood. This is what I was using for char material to get my fire going. So basically I'm just going to stock up on more and staying with that next fire mentality. And I honestly use too much of it as far as this fire, but this is my first time working with punkwood or char material, so I'm going to make some more. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this tin into the fire. The tin is going to keep the flame from actually getting to the material inside, but it will build up heat. And I think how it works is everything that isn't carbon is going to get cooked off, and the steam will come out here. And once you stop having steam come out here, that's when you know your char material is done. And it'll just look like, it'll basically look like charcoal. Basically, I think it's what you'll be left with is a pure carbon material, and it will catch a spark really easily. This is a spruce tree that didn't survive the winter and got knocked down in the wind. And what I see in here is this red stuff. I think that's resin, but I think there's fat wood in there. So I'm going to get to it. See this like orangey color in here? It smells like turpentine. That tells me there's fat wood in here. It's not exactly a gold mine of it, but this stuff is really flammable. And if you can process this down and make feather sticks with it, you're gonna have a lot easier time making a fire. So let's do that. If I had a knife here, I could just baton it. I don't have my belt knife on me today. I can smell the fat wood from here. So I'm just going to keep processing this down. There's a little bit more left in that log, but just for demonstration purposes, this is what I'm after. So this is my knife. I take my knife and feather stick here and get nice curls. This stuff will go up like nothing. This is really awesome. This isn't like a gold mine of fat wood, but there is resin in here that I can use to get a fire going. So I'm not anywhere far away right now. I'm actually just in my backyard. And what I want to do is, and I've already started, is make a small kind of semi-permanent shelter. and it's kind of not very good right now, but I am going to work on this a bit better, make a small little fort. So what I want to do with this channel and these videos is not so much prepare people to survive the end of the world, but more so encourage people to get outside and enjoy the outdoors pretty much. And like I said, I'm not very far out today. You don't have to go very far. If you can make a fire in your backyard, you can make a fire anywhere. So yeah, like, survival is good and all, and it's an important skill to have, but I wanted more about getting people outside and doing things. So I'm just going to do a series of videos building a fort in my backyard, and I'm not going to do a whole lot of bushcraft. I'm going to do something I like even more than bushcraft, and that is collect junk and make something out of it. I have a junk pile over there, and I'm just going to keep sifting through that. That's just garbage wood that should have been burned a long time ago. But because it wasn't burned, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm going to try to use whatever scraps, garbage pieces of lumber and trees and cut down branches I got. I'm going to try to make a fort. So I have garbage lying around my fire. Don't worry, I'm not littering. I am going to take it out of here and dispose of it, but why they're here is I was cooking out here yesterday, and a good habit to get into in a survival situation is any food containers you have, chuck them in the fire, burn out the little bit of food left over, and that will keep them from smelling like food and attracting animals to your campsite. So I just had these in the fire overnight while I was out here yesterday, and I'm not leaving them here. I will pack them out. I also want to do a shout out. This Instagram page contacted me directly and asked me to subscribe to their channel. They also have the YouTube channel, and it's called Fort in the Woods. And I want to give them a shout out. That's the channel. You should definitely check out. I've looked through their stuff. They have some cool videos. I like them. And they're also about getting people outdoors and just getting outside and doing stuff. So that's what we're all about with this. I guess we could call it backyard bushcraft. With this backyard bushcraft series. So yeah, definitely get outside, have some fun. Just look around what you have around you and see what you can do with what you have. And definitely go check out Fort in the Woods.